What is going on YouTube? And it's time to do a review or a rant. We're going to talk about Ghostbusters 2016, and I watched it a couple of days ago with my sister. You forgot what we were doing. Well, it's not worth fucking thinking about that film, man. Like I'm sure you've all been hearing, the film is pretty sucky. Like, you know, it's not terrible, it's not super shit, but it's not good at all whatsoever. It's just there, like, it's just really average. But what makes it even more shit is all the fucking bullshit and politics and the agenda and the crazy bullshit all behind it. Like, but let's talk about the film first before we get into all that. Like, so
where are we gonna start from? Where do we start?
Just say your general opinions. We're not gonna script it. We haven't like even bullet pointed this. We're just gonna give our straight opinion. Start at the beginning. The film starts with them in the library.
My next bit.
Like, let's talk about the jokes, since that's what it's a comedy, isn't it?
Right, I understand that it's a comedy, and I've seen Bridesmaids, and I actually like Bridesmaids. I feel like Bridesmaids is for certain type of people. I like watching it when I'm just like chilling at home, where I've got a hangover, just watching it, and it's funny. And I can see the comedy, but it doesn't work with Ghostbusters. It just didn't work. Like,
why didn't it work?
The jokes were too consistent, and it was just like, it's almost like they said a joke, and then they would explain why they made that joke.
Yeah.
And that happened throughout the whole film.
Yeah.
Like, that's every single time. And it was just too long. Like, they'll say something and then they'll carry it on.
Yeah.
Like, they're
it's
trying
like,
to ad-lib.
I mean, this isn't the film, but for example, they'll say something like, you know you've been perverted right now, cause you're talking dirty to him or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, they'll add stuff to it.
They'll explain it and they'll keep adding.
Yeah. And the worst part about it is the funniest people in the film weren't even the girls. The whole point of this film is like to push the agenda. Girls can be funny too, yeah. Girls can be funny too, but not when you force it. Like, look what happened in this film. End up the girls were the least funniest part. Like, there was a cop that said one line that was funny. What did he say again? He said, they were talking about Ghost or something. He was talking about Patrick Swayze or something like that. And he said, well, am I going to turn around and see Patrick Swayze molding a vase?
He's on around you doing pottery.
Yeah, doing pottery.
The way he said it, and it was quick, funny.
And it was funny. And then the girls tried to play off with that and started talking about.
It went on for like a nice 10 minutes.
Yeah, they were
saying, "Oh, I like this film. Oh, I like this film.
I like Patrick. I like this. Oh yeah, we love Patrick." It was all the shit they were saying after what the police officer said was not funny whatsoever. And then like Chris Hemsworth was like the funniest part, and the other girls were just terrible. Like. I don't know why they just weren't funny, and
No, look, these actresses, they're funny. Like, I do, like, if you see what's that film? This Is 40? Is that the one I'm talking about? I think it's that one with Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd, yeah.
Yeah. That film is hilarious, and
McCarthy,
I can't remember people's names. Yeah. So she was hilarious in that, but she was ad-libbing and it worked. It worked for that film. It worked in Bridesmaids. It works in most of the films that she does. But for this one, I mean, she wasn't too bad.
She was trying to be more calmed down, I could tell. I think she's taking the criticism of everyone's been saying she's loud and she's...
But I mean, I'm sorry if you get bad, whatever, but I really don't like that chick. The one, the person you see, I think that's, I don't even know her fucking name.
Oh, what's her name? The main one?
Yeah.
I can't remember her name.
So irritating. She was hilarious in Bridesmaids, but she's so irritating in this film. Like, I really wanted to punch her.
Kristen Wiig, that's it.
What name? Anyway, no.
Yeah, she was just like, I don't even know how to describe
it. And I thought that chick
weirdo
as well, the one that everyone thinks could be a lesbian or whatever.
Kate McKinnon.
Yeah. The trailer played her off as some kind of like really chilled out girl that just sort of obviously knows the science, but is also quite cool.
But she was really quirky and
way too
over the top,
in that film.
way too over the top.
Way too much. I was like, they've literally ruined that character.
Yeah.
They could have been such a sick character.
Yeah. She was just
quite
so over the top.
But she was
there was at one point, at the end of the film, she started singing. Like when they were fighting the ghosts, I was like, what are you doing? Like, what is that supposed to be? Is that supposed to be like when they were like... I don't even know what that's meant to be. I don't even know what that's meant to be. But she just started singing randomly, and I was like, "What the fuck?" It's just
too much.
Like it was just weird. Like,
and a lot. I think. Sorry.
Go on, go on.
No, I was just gonna say like. I remember when I was watching reviews before the film came out and things, like they were talking about how they wanted the women to sort of you know, women can be, is it physicists, or basically be able to do those kind of calculations,
Scientists
scientists
or
and whatever. And I thought that was actually pretty sick, 'cause I've never actually seen anything like that before. But in the film, that
Kate
quirky,
McKinnon.
you have to tell me the name, so I'm shit. So the quirky, crazy chick, like, every so often she'll introduce like a new piece of equipment and say all this lines, and you're just like, okay.
Yeah.
It just doesn't,
all of a sudden she just made these amazing pieces of equipment. You don't know what background she has. She just rolls around on the floor like a kid, and like, I don't know, it just does random shit.
Weird.
And all of a sudden she's made all this sick equipment out of nowhere. Like, what is that?
Okay, so you know the character in the first Ghostbusters,
Egon.
Egon. Yeah, you can just sort of tell that he's that kind of person
because he's kind of reserved.
Weird.
He's weird and he's like nerdy and dorky.
But he's kind of cool. But it's like, but you can tell that he's someone that would be very smart.
Believable.
Yeah.
Like, we're not asking for them to be stereotypes of characters, but the way Egon played it, the way Harold Ramis played it in the original one, like, you could believe he was into this shit. Like, that's all he cared about. Kate McKinnon.
That's how he spoke. Like,
Kate McKinnon just didn't feel real. She felt a bit fake. Like, you didn't feel like she loved the sciences. It just felt like she just happens to just have this stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Despite the fact Paul Feig made this in order to empower the women, like, he made it a reboot in order to empower the women by giving them the proton packs and all that bullshit. Like, rather than having it then passed down to them, which would have been much better. But yeah.
I just think there's a much better way you can empower women in a comedy.
Just have a good storyline.
Too much.
Them being lead is empowering enough. Them being the lead is empowering enough. All they need now is to have a good film.
Basically, the bit where they're sort of having food together and they're sort of, it looks like they're trying to get to know each other.
Yeah.
That little scene.
Oh yeah.
That was so bad because the lead up to it was like, I think that black woman was singing, like, no, she was laughing. She was like, ah, so how do you guys know each other then?
Yeah.
I was just like,
so cringy.
Oh, I know what they're trying to do here. It's not working. What are they doing? And then they go into some deep shit, and then all of a sudden they're all funny and weird again. It's just like.
You just end up just looking at your phone half the time. It was really boring. The film was just really boring, like, a lot of the time. It was just talking. You don't care about them. You don't care about anything they're talking about. Like, I don't know. Like, it's just all over the place.
I could see what they're trying to do, though. I could really see it. Like, bits of the story is actually pretty good. Like, I liked bits of the story. Like, the fact that when they figured out that there was going to be, like, some type of time vortex or something, like, basically the reasons for why the sightings of the ghosts or where they were, like that whole. I understand.
Trying to get that build up.
Yeah, that sounded sick, but it just wasn't executed
right. Because look, if you compare it to the original films, and you have to, don't compare it. It's the same thing. It's not the same thing. It's Ghostbusters. So you have to compare it to the original Ghostbusters that it's copying from. And the original Ghostbusters, the original Ghostbusters, when something was building up, you felt the build up, man. Like when they're like in the first film when they're fighting with that Walter Peck guy, and the music comes in. Like, and you see that thing going into the sky and all the ghosts are coming out scaring everyone, and the 80s music was coming in, and in Ghostbusters 2 as well, when they were in the restaurant and they came out of the sewers and Ray was like that with his, like, all this sliming everywhere, and he was saying, we found this, Vigo, blah, 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 and the music was happening, well, I guess we're gonna have to take control, and it just, you know, you get hyped up, but in this reboot, they were just like, I don't know, she was in a restaurant like in Ghostbusters 2, but there was no music, there was no pumping up, there was no like anxiety or like a rush to get somewhere. Like, it just felt forced, and you just went into it.
Like, the women didn't seem like they were like really loving the science. You know there's a backstory about how
no, I think the problem was they loved the science too much. Like, in the original film, it was more about them making money, or, you know, or just like there was a character that loved the science, Ray and Egon, and they're trying to say that that was Kate McKinnon and Mr. McCarthy, but
I don't know.
but then you had like someone to play off that, which was Venkman and Winston, who were the guys that were trying to make money, you know, and then like they were trying to get famous or make money or whatever. So you had that like balance between the scientists and the money guys, and you had that dynamic between them. In this one, it's like everyone wants to be a scientist apart from Leslie Jones, which is probably why most people think Leslie Jones is the more relaxed, more relatable character in the end. Like, she was a bit more laid back compared to the other ones. Like, even Kate McKinnon, which was supposed to be kind of like Bill Murray's character. They made her all, I want to be for the science and the ghosts and the sciences, and like, while Bill Murray's character was more about the money and all that. So there was too much of this, like, we want to be scientists going on.
But
it just wasn't interesting.
Alright, say, right, I know it's really hard, obviously, because it's made from the first one, but if you separate the first one and this one, and the second one, whatever, but if you just separate them, pretend they're not related in any way, could you have liked it a little bit more? Maybe?
Probably. If this was its original idea, I'd probably like it more for the concept, because it's like, oh, this is pretty cool. Like,
I felt like they're taking a piss out of it.
Yeah, it just felt like a parody.
I was just like,
it was
oh,
stupid.
On,
like,
it was like when the guy was like, what's it called? Spray canning like the theme. It was so fake, and I was just like, and I was saying, when we were watching, I was like, you know what that's gonna be?
That's gonna be the logo.
Like, oh no, go to loud.
Yeah.
Oh god, it was so bad.
Oh man.
But I really liked that. I did like the black chick. What's her name? I don't want to call her the black chick.
Leslie Jones.
Leslie Jones, right? I liked her character at first. Like, she was the kind of funny that I think was just more appropriate. I think, I don't know. It was weird.
We should talk about the bad guy now, Rowan or whatever. Like, he was meant to be some weird geek guy that hated the world or whatever. But then when he got Chris Hemsworth's body, he just was acting like Chris Hemsworth. There was going to be a whole dance number that they cut out because people hated it. They put it in the end of credits instead. But it was shit. Like I don't get the bad guy. I don't care about the bad guy. It wasn't scary. They tried to make him funny, but it wasn't funny either. So it was just annoying. Because the bad guys in the original Ghostbusters films were scary. They weren't trying to be funny. Like, the only funny guys were the main Ghostbusters. And maybe some certain things that they reacted to around them. But they tried to make the bad guy funny. Like, what are you doing? Make the bad guy scary. That's what he's meant to be, you know? Like, not this funny douchebag guy that turns into a cartoon. He turned it into a cartoon of the logo and then turned it into a big real version that they shot in the balls at the end. Like, it's just, look, you know what, you guys get the point by now. I'm not going to ramble on about any parts. Oh wait, there's one part he's talking about. There's one part he's talking about. They went into that weird zone thing, and they came back with white hair and they didn't explain it.
Maybe they did, but you just weren't listening.
No, they didn't explain it. They should have, because I was actually like, what's this? I was actually kind of intrigued, and I was listening, and they didn't say nothing about the white hair.
They just looked at it a bit.
Yeah. And then suddenly her hair went back to normal, no explanation whatsoever.
I understand.
No sense.
I understand why it might have gone white, because maybe some kind of electric cut.
Yeah, but it's not like you gotta be, if you're gonna do some weird change like that, you've gotta like make it clear why you've done it or what it means. Like, you can't just do random shit and then not explain it. It just doesn't make sense.
I don't know.
It's just weird. And look, I don't know what else to say about this film. Like, it's just bad.
I didn't even want to do this.
She didn't even want to do this review, but I'm frustrated because we need a female opinion, and you can't be just getting some guy that lives in his mum's basement and just plays video games all day, saying this misogynistic crap all over this. He needs a female opinion, or he's not going to get anywhere. Because that's what it's about.
I don't know if I've done it justice, but at the end of the day, I didn't feel empowered by it. It didn't make me feel like, actually, women can be scientists. Or I know it's a comedy, but I still feel like it should have, if that's what they're trying to go for, I feel like you should have that kind of message in it.
Yeah. Like, obviously keep it subtle, but I don't know. All I know is what they should have done is they should have had the Ghostbusters be retired. There's no more sighting of ghosts or anything like that. Maybe there's some little sightings here and there, but no one cares about them. And then, like, Egon should have died, like how he's dead in real life. And then they should have had Kate McKinnon be Egon's daughter, not act like the way she does in this film. Act a bit more real and more grounded. And she tries to bring the Ghostbusters back together again when there's a new sighting, or when she's trying to, like, bring her dad back to life. I don't know what she's doing. She's doing some research. And the old original Ghostbusters, Bill Murray, Winston, Ray. I'm saying random names. I'm saying their acting names and their character names and mixing it up. But yeah, she should have tried to get them all back together again, but they refused. And then Kate McKinnon's character should have like shown something to Ray to get him back going again. And she made the equipment better. She took the equipment, and then Ray he gets excited again, and they decide to go bust ghosts or whatever, and you can just play from that, you know. It would have been so much more interesting. You would have had a good film. Basically just make it a sequel, you know, like rather than a stupid reboot. Like that doesn't.
The thing is, no, but the way this was like advertised was that it's not supposed to be like the other ones. Like apparently it's supposed to be its own thing.
But then they copied the storylines of both
but
films.
The story,
anyway,
yeah, but the storylines
and made it worse.
I actually, because I said to Ollie that I couldn't watch the new Ghostbusters if I'd watched the first one first. If that makes sense. Like if I'd done that, I wouldn't have watched this one because
you wouldn't have.
I would be really annoyed.
You'd have been even more annoyed.
So I haven't watched the first one in so long, and obviously watching this, but then I watched like a couple of shots and I realised how similar it is.
Yeah.
But they were advertising it as if they wanted it to be their own thing. So I don't understand where that line was crossed. Like, why? What?
I feel like they didn't know what they were doing. They just didn't know what they were doing. They were trying to do one thing, then they wanted to do another thing.
But surely it's a director that you can just tell that some things are shit.
I don't know.
Even if you want something so bad, you can just tell.
This genre, from what it was taken from, isn't for what Paul Feig likes to do, like his female comedies or whatever. Because, like, let's face it, let's be real. Ghostbusters had a bit of male camaraderie. It had a bit of bro humor from the original ones, and to try and translate that into females will make it feel a bit disingenuous, or just make it feel a bit like, I don't know.
Well, like, there's no
girls.
No point.
I feel like look, let's face it, people like to say we're all the same or whatever. Like when it comes to skin color, I believe we're all the same, but girls and boys, we're different, and there's nothing wrong with that. We're not. Girls aren't better, boys aren't better. We're just different, you know. We're equal but different, you know. And you can't try and make girls act like the fellas or whatever. Like, because some girls act like fellas, yeah, it's true. But the majority of them, they don't. They have their own. Girls have their own kind of traits and personalities. Some people take it to a far extreme and stereotype it, and some people, you know, they can tell the difference between girls and boys without stereotyping and making it a massive horrible joke or whatever, and taking a piss out of the gender or whatever. So you know that's why there's chick flicks, and that's why there's films that are aimed more for men or whatever. But they make it so there's elements so everyone can enjoy it, you know, and that's probably what people just didn't resonate well with this. They can't explain it because they're scared of being called misogynistic or sexist or whatever else. Mm-hmm. But that is the truth of it. That's probably why I got all those dislikes in the trailer, because it just doesn't look believable. It just feels disingenuous. Not saying women can't be Ghostbusters, but they have to be like treated as actual women. And I'm not saying that only women can be women. Can't be scientists or can't create the equipment or anything like that. Of course they can, but I'm not talking about them creating equipment or not being able to fight or things like that. I'm talking about them acting like bros with their fart jokes, humor, and all that kind of stuff. Like girls, they do that, but it's different. It's more from a female perspective. I think if a woman had directed this, instead of Paul Feig who thinks he's a woman, if a real woman actually directed this, it would have been so much better. So much better if a real woman directed it. You know. Properly, like look at how the Wonder Woman trailer looks. A woman directed that. That looks better. Honest to God, the Wonder Woman trailer looks better than the Justice League trailer. Like, and it's just that's a woman directing Wonder Woman. You know, she believes in that shit. Because
I think if a woman was to direct this, they wouldn't be thinking about all this like empowerment stuff. They'll just do things.
They'll just do things what they want, how they want to do it. Yeah. Exactly.
But obviously, the
men who were involved in this were thinking Paul Feig.
Yeah.
The men that were involved in this were thinking too much
about what
would empower them, or what can we say is a fuck you to men, like, you know.
A little bit. You know?
That's the problem. Like shooting the ghost in the balls at the end. You know, it's just
weird things. Just like. I don't know, it's weird.
But yeah, that's the politics of it. Like, because of all those politics, even if this film came out, there's so much politics behind this film about the agenda and the feminism and all that crap, the girl power poster or whatever. Like, because of all those politics that happen in this film, and all the backlash, all of Sony trying to spin it as a misogynistic, sexist thing.
I mean, I hate the film before it came out, and I don't like that I did that. I'm not that kind of person.
Yeah, like they forced that on you, like, and because of that, even if this film was a masterpiece, even if this film was Oscar worthy, I would never have given my money towards it, because I don't believe in
the politics behind it.
I don't believe in making films. I know most films are made because of money, blah, blah, blah. But when they're so obviously spitting in your face like this, like pissing on you and everything, like, and you're still trying to give them the money, it's just too much. That's why this review is so late, because I was not willing. I was not willing to go in the cinema to watch this just so I can review it and get views. I'm not giving my money to this shit at all whatsoever, because I want films to be made from the heart, from passion, from creativity, from
realism, like
what you want to like. I want films to be made from directors' hearts. Like, this wasn't made from the heart. This was made from agenda-driven, political, money-driven.
This could have been really good. Like you said before, with the whole, that girl being maybe Ethan's daughter or something like that. Like,
could have been really good idea. A sequel.
The spin-off could have been fine. It could have worked, but
it
just didn't.
Just went out the window, wasted it.
But Chris Hemsworth was just pretty funny.
Chris Hemsworth was funny. There was one joke that Chris Hemsworth did when he was eating a sandwich, and then I think Melissa McCarthy grabbed the sandwich and said, "What are you doing with the sandwich?" And he just threw it away. And he says, "Little help." And he caught the sandwich.
What?
He said, "Little help," and he got the sandwich back. And I was like, "What the fuck?"
Why?
It almost seems like Chris Hemsworth's character was just trolling the whole thing.
Yeah,
it seemed like Chris Hemsworth was just trolling the whole thing. Like it just didn't seem like he should have been. Seems like he wasn't actually there. Like it was like some weird meta thing where Chris Hemsworth just come in there just to troll it. Like, I don't know. That's what it felt like. But yeah. And when just talking about the music real quick, from the 80s version, they had the 80s music.
Yeah.
That
came out in the
boosted
80s.
I know it came out in the 80s. That boosted up so much. There's no cool music now where you can put in it. I'm sure they could have done something. Like, they should have just got James Gunn to direct this. He would have put some 80s music in it regardless. But I would have just put 80s music in. Fuck it, I don't care. But the 80s music was part of the reason that made the old film so good. Like, the whole Bobby Brown in the second one. And the whole Alessi brothers were saving the day. Like,
the thing is, like, even if they didn't have 80s music for this one, but if they had some kind of music that the audience could relate to a little bit, you would feel more.
That weird Fall Out Boy, whatever it was. I don't know. Missy Elliott.
Maybe people, even like the songs and stuff, but there wasn't enough of it.
Yeah, there was barely any music in it. It was just like there was no theme.
They played the theme song that that boy band made like once.
At one point.
Maybe they played hints of it before, but I didn't get it.
It was nothing.
And music's such a big thing, man.
Nothing memorable about it at all. But yeah,
Oh no.
But yeah, I think this has been long enough now.
Yeah, sorry, wasting your time.
We're just talking. We just wanted to get our opinion on our little review out of the film. I hope you enjoyed it. Just please, people, don't. When you see something shit, look, you other YouTubers, like YouTubers that I watched, that they all hated this film as well, but they went out their way to go watch it because they felt like they had to review it. Like, you guys, man, like, I don't care if you want to do this as your job or whatever, just don't give films like this money. I bet half of the money that this film made is from reviewers because wanting to see it just so they can review it. Just like they want to review a film they give it money to, but whatever. I found other means of watching it.
I mean, at the end of the day, this is our opinion, this is what we think. So don't go too crazy. I don't know if they're going to go crazy.
I'm sure they agree with us, most people, hopefully. But yeah, if you're saying you agree. But yeah, hopefully we'll never see this shit again. And if we do see a Ghostbusters again, let it be a sequel to... This didn't exist, let it be a sequel to the old ones. The original guys are getting old now. Hopefully they can do it before they pass away or get too old, But yeah, I don't know what they're going to do with Ghostbusters now. They have to reboot it. Maybe they will have to actually reboot it, but make it better. I don't know what they're going to do. And make sure Paul Feig and Amy Pascal are far, far away from it as possible, please God. But yeah, anyway, that's our review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, give us a like, subscribe, and we'll see you again. Peace.